Hello. Okay, we're going to start in about a minute or two. Got it. Got it. Well, good morning, and welcome to our Sunday celebration service. We are pleased that all of you can now join us in the sanctuary, as well as all of you still on YouTube, Facebook, and Zoom. I am Sky Leona. I'm a licensed practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living, and we are located in the Live Oak area neighborhood of, I'm being coached on how to hold this microphone, which I'm not used to. Anyway, we're in the Live Oak neighborhood of Santa Cruz, and we occupy the ancient lands of the Ama Mutsun tribe. We are honored by that. Our theme this month is Pulled by a Vision, and I'm pleased that you're here to join me in listening to our opening song by Jami Lula.
Good morning, CSL Santa Cruz. I'm grateful to be with you this morning, and hopefully you will sing along. I think that they have the lyrics for you there. We are the harvest. It goes like this. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on, y'all. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am that 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 I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest we reap. We are the harvest we reap. Good morning.
Thank you, Jami. I hope you enjoyed that song. This center is part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living. And we share their vision, their mission, and purpose with our movement, as well as we have our own centering statement. On the screen there, you'll notice there's the blank at the end of this statement for you to fill in whatever word is that that you wish to respond to life with. So here we go. We are a spiritually progressive community with transforms lives and the world through a philosophy of possibility thinking and responding to life with love. We have a wonderful service plan for you today, and we will begin with a brief spiritual practice by Reverend Elijah Christopher, followed by more wonderful music by Jami Lula, and then we will hear from our guest speaker, Miss Katie Rocks-Brigati. All right, take it away, Elijah.
All right, my friends, and so we're going to begin with this quote, and after that we'll move into a moment of prayer. And so I just invite you to contemplate these words. There is no alternative to the insistence that we cannot escape from personal responsibility for the social order in which we live. This means that there must be participation in this process, and this quite specifically from Howard Thurman. And so if you will, my friends, with me, take a deep breath in. And if it's comfortable, let go. Close your eyes, take another deep breath. And let go. Together, let's take one more collective breath in, breathe in. And let go. And so as we breathe together, I just invite us to remember that there is something greater than we are that breathes our bodies. That each one of us is part of this infinite beingness that is living and breathing throughout the entirety of the universe, unfolding as all of creation. Recognizing that the same power that drives evolution shines the sun, spins the planet, and evolves in all things is the same power and presence that is animating, living, breathing each one of us. And so let us remember how interconnected we are. Let us remember that we are part of the universe, we are part of the whole, we are part of the one, and yet each one of us is so unique, so perfectly created to be the individuals that we are. And let us remember that each one of us is a funnel through which all of possibility filters itself into existence to become the actualized potential, the reality that we are. And so we come together in spiritual community, in the remembrance that when we come together, when we hold space, when we sing, when we pray, when we listen, when we focus together, something more becomes available. And in that something more, we have that sense of connection that we call community. And so let us celebrate our common unity, this awareness of oneness, remembering that indeed there is only one of us here. And from that place, let us just be in celebration and in gratitude for life itself, for the life that lives us, for the opportunity that is in front of us. Let us remember that each one of us is a place that can acknowledge that there is indeed a power for good in this universe so much greater than we are. And that it's not ours to use, but it is ours to be used by this. And so let us surrender, let us open our hearts and minds, let us release and let go, knowing that there is something greater at work in our lives, and let us allow that current to move us forward in everything that we do. And so for all of this, and so much more, with me, my friends, say these words, and so it is.
So it is.
And here's Jami.
Thank you, Elijah. And so it is. Part of the vision pulling is the calling that is within each one of us. Something's calling me. Something's calling me. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Feels like I'm walking on marbles. Can't still the earth beneath my feet. Is my head in the clouds, my naked legs left dangling. I can feel my heart begin to pound, and everybody said something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. A long dark night, my soul it wanders. Can't see the light that moves me. If God is everything and everywhere that I belong, Spirit gently wakes me from my sleep. Oh, something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Something's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, take me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, oh Lord, hold me deeper than I've ever been before. Oh Lord, I know I'm not the only one to live inside these blues. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I surrender my life to you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, I give my life, I give my love to you. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Don't you know that love is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before? Faith is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. Peace is calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. My vision's calling me a little bit deeper than I've ever been before. God is calling me, and I'm grateful like I've never been before. Thank you for calling me, oh Lord. Thank you for calling me.
Thank you to Jami Lula. That was just beautiful. And good morning. Good morning, CSL Santa Cruz. I don't get out much, so this is such a treat to see real people. And especially seeing my beloved Santa Cruz people. This is where I started. This is where my journey began, right here in Santa Cruz. And currently, I am a senior ministerial intern, which means I'm about to graduate from the Holmes Institute. Really excited about that. It's been a journey. It's been an amazing journey that I didn't expect. As many times as my beautiful friend, Reverend Tamara Merrill, kept saying, "It's a beautiful journey, Katie." I didn't get it till I actually started down that track. So today's talk is going to be about, we're sticking with the global themes that we have in CSL. And this first week of July is Vision Pulls. And so we're going to look at how our vision can be pulled by some of just our back to basic, good old science of mind beginnings. Things like the Declaration of Principles and such. But before we get there, as I said, I am about to graduate from ministerial school. And one of the things that I'm going to miss is taking those really exciting classes. I just had a class called Paradigms of Consciousness. Doesn't that sound exciting and yummy? Yeah, it does, and it was. But it was really about learning how to recognize change and shifts on a really big level that change our world and our culture. And why it's so important to us as members of Science of Mind is that we're the conduits of spirit, right? So it is our responsibility to usher in any new paradigms. One of the first things that I learned about paradigms is that they come from chaos. And we just went through a really big paradigm shift, right? With COVID. Yeah. That virus came and everything stopped. Our lives, for some of us for the first time, were actually in danger. Some of our basic human dignities were withheld from us. For instance, not being able to say goodbye to a loved one when they passed. I felt that one personally. Nothing like that pain. And it was interesting that while this worldwide pandemic was going on, it also came at one of the most difficult times in American politics, causing further pain. There were times that our country literally screamed out loud for change. Your mask defined your politics. Wow. You know, like that attack on the Capitol building. Honestly, whoever thought they would see something like that? I mean, not in my lifetime. I never dreamed that I would see something like that. And it gives, and so that attack on the Capitol, and it made me think about the beginning of our country. And I remembered a group of people who had that same kind of passion and vision, our founding fathers. See, I put the 4th of July in a Science of Mind talk. No one said it could be done. Thank you. So I'm not really going to go in and take a deep dive there. Well, I could, but I won't. But there's one thing that I think was really interesting. I don't know about you, but during our mandated time inside, our family did a lot of watching TV, a lot of watching different things. And, we didn't have anything else to do, so, we got kind of rolled into the whole culture of things, and we signed up for a bunch of streaming services, and one of the services that we had to get was Disney Plus, because my daughter, Ella, who's 16, was obsessed with Hamilton. Has anybody seen Hamilton? All right, okay, so that's good. So, we watched Hamilton, and one of the things that I felt was really interesting was that it gave us a different perspective on a very common story that we've all heard before. And if you haven't seen Hamilton, it's a Broadway musical that's wrapped by Lin-Manuel Miranda. I was not going to get that wrong. And it was a beautiful thing to see. One of my very favorite lines from Hamilton was where he says, and I will not rap, you're welcome. Just like my country, I'm young, hungry. Oh dear, I missed it. I'm young, hungry, and scrappy! And I'm not throwing away my shot. Not throwing away my shot. So, just like my country, I'm young, hungry, and scrappy, and I'm not throwing away my shot. And I loved that. And I thought that was really wonderful. But in reality, many of us were raised on this kind of maverick-style patriotism, where there was this vision coming from the Founding Fathers with good intent, right? Of freedom and justice for all. But that's not how things really work when we get behind that green curtain, when we get to peek behind. Because not everyone does get a shot. And for many, many people, freedom isn't really what it's cracked up to be. And justice, in way too many circumstances, is really just an ugly joke. So here we sit, in the aftermath of chaos, creating a necessary paradigm shift. And the most inspiring part of this is that we, as religious scientists, as science of mind, we get to be part of the solution. We have an opportunity to change how we live our lives, and we have an opportunity by sharing the same global vision, and by doing that, we change our culture, our world, and our future. But it's not that easy, is it? Because change is really hard. Change is uncomfortable. Change pushes us to that place where we don't feel right. It causes fear. Change makes people fight in airports. It makes people go to Costco and buy 117 rolls of toilet paper. Change needs guidance and vision. And that's where we come in. So I don't know if any of you remember, or I might have mentioned that, sorry, excuse me. I did not grow up in religion. In my world, church didn't seem like a friendly place. And when I took a look and I stood back and I viewed things from a very young, uninformed, arrogant perspective, I saw that people praying were basically begging God to take away their problems and change things. It seemed like church was really the place where people went when they had absolutely no hope left. And that didn't feel good to me. I didn't understand it. But that's because I hadn't seen the vision. It wasn't speaking my language. I couldn't see myself in that picture. I did get some things right. I mean, I did always believe in the power of truth and that love transcends all things. I believe that human kindness really does matter every day. And I believed deeply that on some level, we were all connected. So when I heard for the first time from our founder, Ernest Holmes, these words, "The one infinite reality is both transcendent and immanent. Individual human beings are spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe, having a human experience. This is our true nature." That is principle 7. So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I can get behind this. And that's when I had my personal paradigm shift. The other reason that I absolutely love these teachings is that we, in Science of Mind, are not helpless, are we? We are not helpless. We have the tools and the training, and the power to be effective change agents. It's in our basic principles. We are a call to action. Our mission is to create a world that works for everyone. We are not relegated to wishing things might change, because we are the power. We are the presence. And we have the vision. And when we create that vision with intention, we get things done. We do not just pray. We pray the answer. We don't pray about the problem. We see the truth in the answer in everything. That's how we roll in Science of Mind. That's pretty much why it's so cool. So, as I was preparing for this talk, I think everybody in Science of Mind probably might have been led to the beautiful words of one of my favorite New Thought teachers, Michael Beckwith. who says, pain pushes until vision pulls. We've all heard that before. So I decided to watch that Oprah interview he had, and I saw something different that I hadn't seen before, so I thought I'd share a little bit of that. So what Michael Beckwith means when he's saying pain pushes until vision pulls is that we go through pain every day of our lives, and that pain is serving a purpose. That purpose is to push us into greater, more expansive possibilities in our lives. And that's the question. How do we go from vision to change? Life is progressive, and the universe is progressive. Always moving, always unfolding. And it's that pushing that helps us get to a much larger vision. And once you have that vision, and you can articulate that vision, and you can write that vision down, do that. Do that and hold it. And that's the principle. Potential is always bigger than the problem. Potential is always bigger than the problem. Your potential, our potential, is infinite and is always bigger than whatever it is we seem to be going through. And so that's the question. How do we get this done? So I know in this community that a lot of us have participated in visioning, right? We visioned. I was blessed, absolutely blessed, to be part of the visioning team that drew Reverend Alice to this community. One of the more exciting parts of my life. And there's something that's different between visioning and visualization. We all know what visualization is. We kind of think of something, manifest, meditate on it, and it manifests into something new. But when we vision, we make a solid contract with the One to be in alignment, to be an open channel for whatever comes through. And that piece is something that I just recently realized we can do alone. I always thought that was something that needed to be done in a great group process with big pieces of paper around the wall and everybody kind of working through it together. That's gorgeous and wonderful, but we don't live in times like that. So we have to take that visioning time to ourselves in our own special meditative way and be open to the possibilities. So here's the practice. When you begin to hear those murmurs, those little whispers of a vision, you're not really willing to look at it, but you know it's there, and you start to be pulled by it, go with it. And once you embrace it, make it yours. And as Michael Beckwith says, you'll notice your life will change immediately. You wake up one day and you walk a little farther closer to that possibility. You walk in the direction of that purpose. You walk in direction of your own unlimited potential. So here's where that letting go of attachment comes in. That part about faith comes in. The universe is always listening. It doesn't at the time or the inclination, I believe, to really take time to process what you might be meaning by what you're saying when you're asking for something or trying to manifest something. I know early on when I was, my very beginning part of learning these practices, I decided to play with the magic of abundance. And I thought, I need a car. I'm going to manifest a car. I'm going to manifest a car. And I did. I manifested a free car. Now, in hindsight, with a little bit more I know with intention, I could have been more specific, because when I drove that car, I could see the street where the floorboards used to be, and it only went backwards. Yeah. But it still is a really loving, blessing, amazing thing that I got this free car, but what I didn't know about intention, I sure know now. So that's one of the things that I think is really important. Be very specific about what you want. The process of creating change with setting the intention through the visioning process is how we're going to wrap this up today. This is my call to you. I love this question. What is mine to do? One of my personal mentors, Tracy Brown, is in our amazing philosophy, and that is what she says. She asks us, what is ours to do? And so I ask that you listen for that still small voice. And you marinate. You just marinate in a really juicy question. And you watch for the signs of vision everywhere around you. Perhaps it'll come in the pain, but it will definitely come in the infinite potential. And when you feel ready, create your own personal intention and lift it into the ethers and just watch with awe as it resonates with the one mind and that collective consciousness of every single being. As Gandhi says, I used Michael Beckwith, I've got to use Gandhi. Be the change you wish to see in the world. And that's the most important part. So thank you so much for sharing this time with me. And I hope as this week goes on, you see little winks and little glimmers of vision that you can hold on to. So let's go ahead and take a moment. And let's go within. There is one source. There is only one force of all things. And this one exists in everything, in every being. I feel this force emanating as my life and the lives of this beloved community. I feel the power of this united vision moving in and through each and every one of us. What a gift it is to be in this spiritual community that means so much to me. And to have that spiritual connection with those of like mind. I give thanks for this moment and the ability to stand here in freedom before and with the beloved people that keep the spiritual entity of CSL Santa Cruz afloat. I send blessings to Reverend Alice and all who support and expand her vision. It's with great love and gratitude that I release this word into the universe that always answers affirmatively. And so, with a deep knowing that all is well and all is good, I say, and so it is. Blessed be, and amen. And thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, indeed. Katie rocks. Every moment, every step I take, with every heartbeat and every breath I breathe, I'm grateful, I'm sacred, so beautiful. I feel your precious presence as my life. I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste one more minute of my life. I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste one more minute of my life. Every conversation is an opportunity to see the light of love shine as our divinity. It's sacred, so beautiful. I feel your precious presence as my life. I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste one more minute of my life. I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste one more minute of my life. I have so much more to be grateful than to be sorry for. I have so much more to be grateful than to be sorry for. I have so much more to be grateful than to be sorry for. Sing it with me. I have so much more to be grateful than to be sorry for. Now I have so much more to be grateful than to be sorry for. I have so much more to be grateful than to be sorry for. I don't care how old I am, or how I've stumbled down. I've got faith and good reason to let my spirit soar like a phoenix thundering out of its dust to sing a song of truth. I'm not stuck inside illusions or the fantasy of youth. And I rise and I sail and I pour beyond the walls I've built. And I roar like a distant Mahalia singing to the Lord. I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste one more minute of my life. I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste one more minute of my life. I won't waste one more minute of my life. I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste, I won't waste one more minute of my life. I won't waste one more minute of my life. I won't waste one more minute of my life. Waste, I won't waste. Waste up on waste. Waste up on waste. Waste up on waste. Peace. Thank you all.
All right, thank you, Jami. Now it's time for our abundance affirmation. If you'll say that with me, please. I open myself to receive great prosperity, health, and healing. Gratefully, I receive the gifts I am seeking. I accept my good and send it on to bless all humanity. I am thankful to be so richly supplied and so able to serve. I am fully blessed, and so it is. Well, now it's time to give some thank yous out. I'd like to thank our broadcast staff. That's Mohini Peters and Susan Pankratz. And thanks for that musical inspiration from Jami Lula. All right. And I want to thank you, Katie Rocks-Brigati. All right, thank you. We appreciate your gift to us today. And most importantly, I'd like to thank all of you who have joined us here in the center and on Facebook and YouTube. We are grateful when we get to give this, and if you found this service, serving you, would you please share that with others? And as well, we invite you to financially support us. There are 5 ways, and they're listed on the screen there, and we have our own QR code, making it easy for you to use your cell phone to do that giving. And if you're in the sanctuary, we have a bowl at the back of the sanctuary where you can leave your gift as you leave. Right now, I'd like to invite Reverend Elijah to introduce his new upcoming classes. Reverend?
Thanks, Guy. Good morning again, everybody. I just want to extend a personal invitation from me to you. First, for all those of you folks who took my Synthesis Chapter 1 class last year, I just want to throw out this invitation to join me in the Chapter 2 class called Ritualize Your Life. And Chapter 2 is all about taking your project, and there's a line from a poem that I absolutely love that says, "You are a living prayer and magic in motion." And Chapter 2 is all about taking that project we talked about, that work that you're doing, and building a sort of ritualized experience in your life of enhancing that awareness and focus in your life. And for those of you who haven't yet taken Chapter 1, that class is also about to begin. And Chapter 1 of Synthesis is it's a class about, you know how we've been talking about choose your quality I'd respond to life with? And I often in my talks say, what's your one thing? What's the thing that you're working on right now? The one thing that you want to change? Synthesis invites you to choose one thing that you want to work on. And over the course of 9 weeks, develop a process, a living prayer, a way of being that invites you to really live that thing out and see it change in your life. And so I want to invite you to join me for Chapter 1. The registration link was in the e-news. It's also on the website. For those of you who might want to jump into Chapter 2, you should have received an email from Synthesis Fellowship that had the link in it. Check your spam folder if you haven't seen that email and have been looking for it. But I would love to see you all in these 2 classes that are starting this week on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Chapter 2 starts on Tuesday at 4:30. Chapter 1 starts on Wednesday at 4:30 as well. So I hope to see you in class, and this is an invitation from me to you to jump into Synthesis, to choose a project, to claim that one thing that you want to start working on really wholly and completely, and enter into a process that allows you to do that with a group of people who are doing the same. Thanks, everyone. Sky?
All right. So we also are going to be conducting 2 membership classes, one July 18th and one July 21st. And if you'd like to learn more about what it means to be a member of this community, we invite you to attend one of those classes. We have another announcement. We're going to be doing the Felt Street Flea Market again. I love the flea market so much. There's so much fun about gathering of community. Plus, it's kind of a celebratory activity in the sun, by golly. Yeah. So that's going to be July 10th from 9 to 2 here in our parking lot. Greg Lavoie, he's going to be giving us a talk. Yeah, he's going to be giving us a talk on July 25th. He's also going to be doing a workshop afterwards. So there's more information. Let's see. Do I have anything going here? Nope, it's all there on the screen. The workshop starts after the service at 12:30, and you can register for that workshop online. All right? We also have another fun event where we're going to hear Jami Lula in person on August 8th. And then afterwards, he will be giving a workshop on, it's a vocal workshop on how to combine our voices in harmony. I think that would be a fun thing. It's going to be a big event as well. Do I have anything else? All right, so you all by now know that you can join us many ways. One is live in the sanctuary, your YouTube channel, Facebook, or Zoom. We've enjoyed having you with us here today for sure. Meditation before the service happens at 10 o'clock, and it's in the back garden. And this is weather permitting. So sometimes we have the June gloom going on. I don't know what's going to happen for us this month. But weather permitting. The talk after the talk is going to be hosted by Reverend Elijah. If you're on Zoom, you're already here, and it starts right after our broadcast between 11:15, 11:30, something, 11:15-ish. Let's try that. Right. So we are going to be doing a fellowship in the garden after the service as well, so you don't have to rush off. That's a good thing. And we invite you to bring your own chairs if you'd like to sit out in the garden for a little while after service. Our upcoming events, you can see a summary of our announcements on the screen, and our speaker next week, Reverend Tamara Merrill. Woo! Yeah, I'm excited. See your lovely face up here. She's in the audience here today. We've had a good time being here with you. I am having a good time being here with you. Thank you so much, and have a blessed week.